And welcome everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in on tonight's live stream. Going to be a lot of talking points. Obviously, Curtis Jones will be getting a couple of lads' thoughts and opinions, and the special guests on anyway. I'll introduce them in a little second. But thank you for tuning in, every single one. If you're new around here, want to keep up to date on all things Liverpool related, fan interactions with all your fellow Reds around the world. Make sure you do hit that subscribe button down below, and make sure if you are joining a live stream, always get your comments in, and we will feature them as we go throughout tonight's episode. Everyone, Reds around the world, if you're keeping safe and well, and a massive thank you to all the key workers and medical staff around the globe working day to day anyway, and hopefully you're all looking after one another anyway. Pretty sure he's all are, but yeah, we've got a packed show really. Everyone wants to see Curtis Jones, his true potential. I'll be asking the two guests tonight, and everyone, I'll be asking you at home, where do you see Curtis Jones's developments over the next coming seasons anyway? If you didn't watch yesterday's live stream, we talked with Connor from the Cop Council and Doug from the Dugout Football channel. We discussed his potential really, but I wanted to get the two guests on anyway, their thoughts, and I wanted to guess your thoughts and opinions as well. Harry Kane challenge. It's at the back of this episode anyway, everyone. I want to gauge your thoughts on his latest antics, really. And obviously, I've got Dendoncker, the Belgium centre-back midfielder slash. He come out with quotes saying that Liverpool's fans last night sounded like 20,000 anyway, which is great. It was great to see fans back at Anfield anyway. But thank you for tuning in, everyone. If you have a lovely night and a lovely Monday as much as possible. And then Mondays aren't the best anyway through the week, but let's get this very special guests on. I've got my mates Jack Scholesy. Thank you very much for coming on, mate. And Mickey Friars from Planet LFC. Anyway, I'll leave all their socials if you want to go over there and check them out anyway. But thank you very much, lads. Scholesy, how are you doing, mate?
I'm great. After yesterday's performance, I'm great.
Yeah, I'll be asking Scholesy and obviously Mickey and every single one of your thoughts on the game yesterday. I know we didn't speak to these two lads anyway, but I'll be asking their thoughts on how well impressed they were from Liverpool's emphatic victory, which it was. It was a drubbing of Wolves. Nuno's got them playing very well, as we spoke about last night, but I'll be getting all the lads' thoughts, really. But that's great that you both use the sounds, and everyone, make sure you do get your comments in the comment section below as well. Mark, thank you very much for tuning in, matey. Hope you're keeping safe and well. But Scholes, we'll start off with you, mate. Your thoughts on the amazing victory that was the 4-0 drubbing of Wolves last night?
It was just quality, wasn't it? Like, we played unreal, but we didn't seem to like get out of third gear. It was like you've seen us blow teams away before, where it's been like a perfect performance and everyone's done their part. Yesterday was similar. It was like we blew them away, didn't give them a sniff. I think it helped the fact they didn't have Jimenez. They had no striker. Yeah. So obviously made it easier. But fair play to the boys. They went out there, got the job done, and there wasn't a minute in that game where I thought, do you know what, we weren't like the 3 points here. It was quality from minute 1 till the 90th.
Yeah. If that's a big player, who do you really see? There's a lot of standouts as we were speaking last night on the post match.
I thought Matip was solid.
Yeah. Kelleher, were you impressed with him?
Kelleher was class. I was going to say that Kelleher was class. I've been sceptical over Nico Williams past few games, and I've thought, is he ready? Yes, he played well. I thought getting the card early on helped him. It calmed. Yeah. I think because he knew he was on a tightrope. Then he had to think about it more, and it helped him.
Yeah, it was. I was very impressed, and I'll ask Mickey this now, mate. Ask you the same again as Scholes. He spot on there, Scholes, as always. Mickey, it was a boss victory. Who really stood out, and it was an amazing performance, wasn't it, Mickey?
Well, the most impressive part of the performance is considering the injuries we got. Adama Traore, the last 2 games, has been like blasting it. And the first 10 minutes, mate, he was all over us. And I thought, God, we're in trouble here a little bit. But all of a sudden, the back 4 just clicked in and they sort of sorted him out for the rest of the game. And for me, Fabinho is now can never go back to midfield. He's like doing 100% my man of the match in defence. He isn't the fastest, but he just knows. He's got a defensive brain and he just knows. And honestly, I thought they dealt with Adama Traore really well. That's what the most impressive thing about it was. And going forward, our front 3 have been struggling just lately. for goals. Even Mane's in his bit of a glut, but he's still doing enough. But Salah looks like he's getting back into it. But it seems like midfielders like Wijnaldum and all them, they're all stepping the game up when the front three. We're not relying too much on the front three anymore, which is a good thing for the club. So.
Yeah. It's good that Liverpool develop that side of the game. I think obviously every single one of us have been speaking anyway before. Obviously prior to Liverpool winning the league title on number 19th anyway, it's always been a case Liverpool at the back prior to bringing Jurgen Klopp into the club anyway. It was always seemed to be the defence that was letting Liverpool down in title challenges anyway. But Mickey, you're spot on there, mate. It was Bobby. He looks like he's back to his best, and Mane. I was speaking to Doug and Connor yesterday on the post-match. Mane, he's done a bang one from 30, 40 yards in one night, and you're just going to be like, he just kept on cutting in off the left-hand flank anyway. And it was a couple of chances. Didn't quite get the look last night, but you're spot on there, Mickey, as Jack alluded to as well, and everyone at home, let us know your thoughts. We'll talk about Curtis Jones. I think he's going to be a big part of the show tonight as well. But Gini Wijnaldum, Jack, yet again, I think I put on the Instagram story or whatnot, whatever you want to call it. He's yet again. We all know how good Gini is, but it's just sign the thing, as everyone is saying on social media. Get that man signed up to a contract. Like Henderson as well, filling in as you mentioned. Nico and Robbo was getting tested by a arm. Hendo was doing classic Hendo. You're running out of words to really explain his performances because he's putting in an absolute shift. What are your thoughts on the Ginny's game last night, and obviously all three of them, as Mickey said?
I thought he was just Wijnaldum. Yes, he didn't stop. I don't know where he gets his energy from. Like you'll see him blasting around for like an hour, and you'll think sure he's gonna like slack here, and then the last 30 he gets like a second wind, and he gives him. It reminds me of a Duracell bunny. He'll run himself right down to the ground. He'll give himself about 2 minutes rest time, walk around the middle of the pitch with it, and then he gets like a second wind to get through the next half an hour. I don't know why he does it.
Yeah.
He never stops.
That's possibly the best description of him anyway. I don't know how he gets his energy. I know me and Mickey have been speaking over the last coming season. Mickey, he's got to sign that contract. I know me and you've been going back and forth for the last couple of months. We don't know. No one knows what's happening behind closed doors. And I know a lot of people were looking at that interview in which he gave yesterday after the game, yet again dodging the question. But it's up to him. Obviously, he might have his heart set at moving away from Liverpool Football Club. All of us as a fan base will be absolutely gutted, but obviously got to respect his decision. But mate, it's your thoughts on obviously Did we impressed with him and obviously Hendo's performance yesterday, Mick?
Well, I'll start with Ginny. He doesn't lose many 50-50s, does he? No, and when he gets hold of that ball, he shields it and then he gets it going, moving forward. And we forget that he used to be a winger in his old days. And that goal was a typical winger's cut-in, blast into the top corner goal. What a great goal it was. Now, I would say, how much do you want? Here's the money. Pay you that a week.
Yep.
But as I've said, all close season, Liverpool do their business early. If he hasn't signed a contract now, he ain't signing one.
Yeah, I hope that is not the case.
I hate to be horrid. He ain't signing one. I think he's got his heart set on Barcelona. Ronald Koeman is really, really close to Ronald Koeman. And I think that's what's going to happen. We'll find out January because they can talk to him January the 1st. So it would have been, to me, it's a bit like Emre Can. We didn't know. And I kept saying, no, Chan's gone. He wants to go abroad. I just think Ginny, he's probably thought his game time was going to be limited, yet he's the only one that's played all the games.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? Like he's it was the best description from Scholes before. Like, it's crazy how physically fit he is as a player, and I think it's refreshing, and that's why I think all of us want him to sign a contract. Because given obviously the likes of Thiago's history with injury, Hendo's in knees, he's not getting any younger. Milner, he's probably the fittest player at the club, but obviously he's getting in his 30s anyway, so injuries will crop up in terms of him. And obviously, we'll talk about Curtis Jones in a little second, mate. But it's absolutely amazing. Red's in it, and we'll get to go with your comments as well. Every single one is. Yeah, it was great that it gave some brilliant young talent coming through. I think Mark's spot on there, mate. I think we will discuss. I'll ask the two lads anyway thoughts on Curtis. Can't wait for this anyway. What a player! What a player! I hope Alisson is back next Wednesday night game against Tottenham. But if not really, I have faith in my fellow Irish Kelleher anyway. Spot on. He spelled Kelleher's name wrong, didn't he? Obviously, the kit man. I think he might have got a little bit of telling off, but he printed him another one anyway. I feel we need to buy it. Still feel we need to buy. Yeah, Mark, I think I'll do a video tomorrow, mate. I want to join. Appreciate it for popping in. Probably will discuss transfers tomorrow night, mate. But yeah, Kelleher is doing really good. He fought on Kelleher. He had obviously, I think it was Neto or one of the Wolves players anyway. He quite chipped it. It was a great. I know it's probably looks simple to all of us, but still, he's got to be there and he's got to make those chances and obviously saves. Really, mate. Were you impressed by the confidence in which he's shown over the last two games?
You know what impresses me the most is he's more likely a Liverpool keeper in how we play than Adrian. I think that's what the difference is. Adrian's got more experience, but Adrian, his feet on the ball, he's just not a footballer, is he? Where Kelleher, people, you'll remember the save from Neto, but some of them long passes he was doing, it was like Alisson was back in goal. So maybe now, saving us a bit of Wonga, we've maybe found the perfect number two who's willing to sit on the bench.
Yeah,
for a few years.
Absolutely amazing, isn't it? Like Connor. Sorry, Mickey. Go ahead.
And going forward, he let in 7 goals 2 weeks ago, Kelleher, in the under 21s. That just goes to show you how good our makeshift defence is because they've gave him the confidence. Goalkeepers are only as good as the defenders in front of them. You can put a world-class goalkeeper in a side that leaks goals and he will eat goals.
Yeah.
They only can do so much. But the confidence he's gained from the 2 men in the middle, Fabinho and Matip. We're not missing We were all panicking when Van Dijk was out for the season. We're not missing him now. We've got to get over this. Moving forward, we've got the new Van Dijk, Fabinho. Let's just...
You heard it here first.
Spot on there, Mickey. And Connor. Scholesy, we had Connor last night. Scholesy, in terms, obviously, as Mickey's hit the nail on the head as always, the confidence in which Kelleher is given his whole defence. Obviously, you've seen countless goalkeepers in the Premier League and at Liverpool anyway. Not saying names, but we know who it is. A couple of them. But goalkeepers breathe confidence throughout the defence, and if you've got a dodgy goalkeeper behind you that is not confident on the ball in terms of, and it just highlights how much of an impact Alisson is having in the overall goalkeeper vicinity at Anfield. Anyway, obviously Liverpool signed the young, very young, 16, 17 years old anyway, goalkeeper from Fluminense or somewhere, a club in Brazil. I think off the back of obviously Alisson's recommendation, but so Liverpool not hard pressed for having decent goalkeepers at the club. Do you reckon really Alisson's having a big impact on the young players in goal as well, mate?
Yeah, definitely. I think they know he's not gonna. They know while he's fit, they're not getting a game. They know that. So I'm looking at the way I'd do it if I was a young player. I'd wanna spend as much time around them. Just even if you know you're not gonna play for Liverpool in the massive games. Just having the chance to learn from him. Because they're not being funny for the next 10, 15 years as a player. They might not ever play with a better goalkeeper. So even if they're at the club, they see themselves at the club for 3 or 4 more years, you can learn day in, day out the best goalkeeper and listen to him. And I think, as Mickey mentioned about the whole breathing confidence and stuff, you couldn't ask to learn from a better goalkeeper. He is the number 1 in the world at the moment.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You can argue Neuer's coming back, but Alisson's been consistent now for the past 2 or 3 seasons. I think he's solid. The best thing I noticed about Kelleher, which I haven't seen from him before, when we've seen like the League Cup and stuff, he's commanded his area. the past 2 games, I love a goalkeeper who'll come flying through the back of a centre backs if it means winning that ball. And I remember in the game before last, I can't remember which one it was.
The Champions League game, wasn't it? Against,
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
He screamed for this ball. It could have been anyone's. He just came flying out, right in the middle, won the ball in the penalty spot. And it's like, you, as a defender, you can't ask for more than that. To know a goalkeeper's willing to fight through anyone to get his hands on the ball, just shows they can. If he's in goal, they can think, do you know what? He means business. He's not scared of getting the clatter.
Yeah,
that's absolutely quality.
Absolutely spot on there, La. We'll get to a couple of more comments as well. We'll obviously ask Mickey as well off the back of the Curtis Jones' amazing performance. Yeah, spot on there, Mark. I said last night, and we'll say again, Fabinho is Liverpool's best signing since Jürgen came in. But nice one, mate. Do you remember that? And it's miraculous. And obviously, we spoke about last night, everyone on the live stream, obviously, the impact in which Michael Edwards is having in strategy in terms of his recruitment process. He's looking at players and they're very versatile. You've got to be, if you want to be a Jurgen Klopp player, you've got to be very versatile. And obviously, you've seen when he was at Monaco and obviously when he was very young at Real Madrid anyway, he's very versatile. So he can play right back, left back, anywhere really apart from goal. And I think Fabinho will do an absolutely amazing job anyway. But yeah, spot on. Mickey, we'll just get to a couple more comments as well. Glad we didn't pick up any injuries, and that was one of my main worries from last night's performance, Mark. And VAR worked in our favour. Mark, it did. We're not going to speak about VAR tonight because I think we had our words anyway, but we'll discuss.
It couldn't have done anything else. If that, I would have just quit football there and then if they gave that penalty. It would have been
close the screen
no more until VAR's gone.
Yeah,
it was clear. It was clear, and the fact that all the Liverpool players surrounded the ref, that just shows you they seen it.
It was absolutely ridiculous, that, mate. And I think everyone at home as well, like Mickey and Scholes, I think I'd probably messaged a couple of years anyway. Oh, Steve Martelli was, how is that? But what was mad about it, he didn't get a yellow card, did he, for simulation diving? Which is, I thought that was meant to be one of the rules anyway, that you're meant to get a yellow card for supposedly diving anyway. But yeah, we'll go to, I'm not bothered if Gino Wijnaldum signs a contract extension. There is no one bigger than the club, and he's proven that he'll bring in a replacement if he does. And that replacement could be the Scouser in the middle of the park. YouTube, not notifying me again. How are we, boys? How are we doing, Nathan? What are the topics? Obviously, we'll be discussing. Obviously, we're leading into the Curtis Jones impact tonight, mate. If you rewind it, just ask Mickey and Jack's thoughts on obviously the Wolves game from last night, mate. And we will be discussing the tactics in which some players, i.e. Harry Kane, have got a little video and compilation really of how some players are very much danger and opposition players in that. And obviously, we will discuss obviously the Dendoncker's comments on his thoughts on the crowds feeling like 90-odd thousand at Anfield last night. Anyway, mate. But, well, good evening, lads. The Dugout Football Channel, Doug. Good evening, lads. My voice is gone from speaking on my podcast. Hope you are all well. Doug, thank you very much for tuning in, mate. You're absolute legends. And if you're new around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and get involved anyway. Absolute legends. I'd say 80% of goalkeepers' game is confidence. We've seen amazing keepers having poor games after poor games. For example, David De Gea, absolutely spot on. Would have come on, but being downstairs, I got a notification note. Yeah, Ryan, Ben, you need to be watching the videos. You're just not a true subscriber, are you? But yeah, thank you for coming on, Mattox. Chloe, Liverpool yet again are the team to beat. I reckon going to be a red and a Spurs this time round. Up the Reds. Hello, lads. Hello, Chloe. I hope you're having a good night. In terms of Doug said, hiya, Chloe. Hello. Mark one, but we'll go straight into. We'll continue to read out all the comments. I really appreciate everyone. What can this lad's potential be? Mickey, what a performance. The last two performances have highlighted to a lot of Liverpool fans that we've known of this lad and coming through the academy for a very long time. And he's so good, isn't he?
mate,
Mickey?
is lifeline. It's important that we have true Scousers in the starting 11, winning titles. It's important. Yeah. Look at our greatest player of all time, Steven Gerrard, a Scouser. We need that blood in there, along with the best players from around the world. But your backbone should always be homegrown players. So, and the fact that him and Trent are going to be together in his team for 10, 15 years, unbelievable. 2 years ago in pre-season, I thought, who is this kid in the pre-season? He was by far our best player by a mile. Then we didn't see him for a year. Where's he gone? Klopp knows what he's doing. Klopp knows how to milk feed him in. He has taken his chance with all these injuries. He's forced his way into the team a year early. Can only do us good. Imagine how frightening it's going to be with him, Harvey Elliott, Trent, and a few of these other kids that we've got. It's going to be unbelievable.
That's absolutely amazing. Scholesy, your thoughts on how good do you reckon Curtis Jones could potentially be? Could he be, obviously, Mickey's mentioned Stevie G, obviously, don't be wrong to compare him.
Yeah.
Do you reckon, but you've got to see season by season basis, but he's making the right noise.
Mm-hmm. I love him. I think he's class. We've heard it before, the Scouse Food Holder. I'll stand by it. Give it a few years.
Oh, yeah, you said that a couple of months ago, didn't you?
He's superb. He's just, what I love about him is he's not a traditional English midfielder. He's composed on the ball, but then he's got the flair, which I love about it. He's happy to pick up the ball at the edge of his box, take it past the few, and then play a ball out wide. He's got a good balance of when to go simple and when to run at someone. So I love him. I love watching him play. He's class.
Yeah, absolutely spot on there, mate. And obviously, we'll get his stats up in a little second. Where's that tweet?
Can I just mention about
last
year's game against Arsenal in the League Cup, the 5-5 one? I was there personally watching it. He came on as a half-time sub and completely changed the game.
Yeah, it was frightening. Like, he's got the confidence on him, lads, and everyone at home, he's got the confidence. And as I spoke to the lads last night on the show, it's his technical ability which really stands above and beyond everyone. For such a tall player, he's about 6'1", 6'2" anyway. He's still going to grow anyway. But if he's got this physicality as well, and he can add that to his game as well as his technical ability, we've seen it with, obviously, Steven Gerrard. He was very physical, but he had the passing ability and the shooting ability. He was just an absolute monster in the middle of the park. But I think, obviously, playing alongside, obviously, Thiago, once he's back, going to be learning, developing Naby Keita. If he can stay fully fit, I think Naby's got a big role at the club. But obviously, if he does continue to get injuries, I think that will open the door even wider for Curtis over the next couple of years anyway. And obviously, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, you're not too sure if he's going to stay fully fit. And as you can see there, Reds, in terms of the statistics, really, off the back of last night's performance, 97 touches, 95% pass accuracy, 82 long passes, 5 ball recoveries, 5 duels won, 4 clearances as well, 4 penalty areas entered, and 3 tackles made, 1 shot on target. Easy to forget, he's only 19 years old, everyone. But yeah, that's a fantastic performance that was from Curtis, really, in terms of that. But we'll go obviously on to the next story now, Reds. Obviously, Dendoncker. It's not going to be a long one anyway, but I'll be asking the lads and everyone who's at home your thoughts on the introduction of, obviously, fans into the stadium. Add this to the stream. Wolfstar explains how Liverpool crowd felt like 15,000 people on Anfield return. I'll leave the full link to this story down in the description. It's cracking read from the Liverpool Echo, but the small extracts anyway from the article. I think it's a huge difference, he told reporters after the match. It feels like there was at least 15,000 people in there when you heard the noise they made. They managed to push their team forward. Obviously, the way better with the fans. I hope that if the situation allows it, we can all stay healthy and hope all the stadiums can be full sometime soon. Mickey, it's what it was amazing. Obviously, it was great to see fans back in the stadium. Wasn't it? What were your thoughts on the amazing job the fans did last night?
Do you know what? At one point, I was watching it and I thought, have they still got the fan crowd noise on? Do you know, but they haven't. It was literally the sound of the stadium. But I'm not surprised because I know how much 3 Liverpool fans in a pub full of 50 Chelsea fans and Liverpool fans still out Sangam and still out, like, you know what I mean? It's not a surprise that why Anfield, when it's full and when this new stand is done and there's another 7,000 or 8,000 in there, Anfield's deafening. It's just unbelievable atmosphere. It doesn't surprise me one bit. They chose the right fans to come in to watch the match, obviously. But even Klopp was impressed when Klopp was saying it really he says when the players ran on and they heard the noise, it uplifted the whole team. You could see a difference in our play yesterday. Teams are just going through the motions at the moment when they've got no crowd. You can just see they're struggling to get grip of the game and dominate. But last night, as the game went on, the crowd got louder. We dominated more and more and more, and that's what this is good. Only good for the game. More and more fans back. They need. I think they could get more than 2,000 in, even with 2 or whatever, 3 or whatever. I think 5,000 or 6,000 is more than enough. You know, as long as they spread them out. What gets me is they put 2,000 and put them all in one stand.
Yeah. And obviously, with the likes of obviously Bournemouth, they get 2,000, but they've got a lot less smaller capacity of a stadium. It will be interesting. What's on there, mate?
I was speaking to a mate about it, and
yeah,
I was wondering the same thing. Why have they only put 2,000 in one stand? And there's a lot of work around allowing like big events to go ahead. And he turned around and said the reason for it is because you've got 2,000 in the car, but you've still got 2,000 fans going to Anfield and leaving Anfield. So it's more the crowd control outside the stadium and keeping the distance rather than inside. So when a lot more than 2,000, then it'll filter through and through and through.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
Like 2,000 in Old Trafford wouldn't even scratch the surface. But as you said, like Bournemouth, 2,000 is like 15% of their whole capacity. So
yeah, be interesting the way in which how obviously Liverpool and obviously other Premier League clubs do approach it. But absolutely spot on there, boys. Let's get to Mark. We do a lot for young goalkeepers, goalies, and Alison teachers. Them. I hope we have some good future in there. Alisson and Oblak are the 2 best goalkeepers in the world. As Alisson is edging it because he can play with it at his feet if needed. So I can holler all the way from Greece. Sam, nice one for dropping in, mate. Hope you're having a lovely night. We was on the mic together screaming about that pen. Yeah, we were, mate. I was absolutely fuming. I can't say what I said on here anyway. We should all have. You should have at least got a yellow for simulation spot on there, Mark. One silver lining. All this injury crisis, the young players have their chance to prove what they are worth. If Gino Wijnaldum leaves Liverpool, I could like to see Olympically on a midfielder. Aouar brought in. Yeah, spot on there, mate. He's a fantastic young player, and I think obviously he will be on Michael Edwards' short list as well. It's way too early to be making Gerrard comparisons with Curtis Jones, just to let the lad play and not add any unnecessary pressure to him. Cue Curtis Jones scoring a 40-yard screamer against Fulham at the weekend. Anyway, is Reece Williams from Liverpool? Not too sure on that one. Don't think so. Don't think he is.
He's English.
Obviously, the young lad at right back, he's from Wales anyway, but not too sure. I don't think he is, matey. I'm very excited about Harvey Elliott. He's been promising at Blackburn. He's keeping up. He will be a very good option off the bench next year instead of Dendoncker Liverpool. He needs to be out. He is beep. Cheers for your comment, mate. Yeah, the fans were amazing. That's what I missed the chance to go back to the game versus Chelsea at the weekend. Obviously, Ryan is an Evertonian, but he's a very level-headed Evertonian. I don't think he'd say I'm a level-headed Liverpool fan, but let that be said. But yeah, stadiums need to be fans in there. Atmosphere makes games. Yeah, Ryan. Yeah, I'm going to be nice to you, but yeah, no, that'd be good, mate. Hopefully, you do get a ticket soon, mate. But yeah, I think Curtis Jones is the next big thing, but I hope he keeps his feet on the ground and listens to his coaching staff, as I'm sure he will. He's a great talent, absolutely spot on there, mate. And in terms of obviously your comments from the last episode, I will get Amir's comment there. What a game, obviously off the back of yesterday's episodes. What a game. Scintillating performance from the Reds. 12th man is absolutely back as well, mate. And then we'll go straight on to the final bit of controversy, really, from this weekend anyway. I wanted to get Mickey and Jack's thoughts and every single one of your thoughts. Obviously, this is a compilation. Make sure I've muted it for copyright. Obviously, Harry Kane, we've all seen how his exploits are. Well, watch this and let me know your thoughts. In terms of obviously him backing into opponents, really. I've seen a lot of people on social media, and obviously when we've been discussing and debating that it's just attacking players going forward the ball. But I'm telling you now, if Harry Kane continues to do this to opposition players, you'll be getting players very seriously injured. And considering obviously Adam Lallana was out for a very long time, well, he got injured off the back of that challenge. Mickey, what are your thoughts on obviously that tactic as an attacking player? Do you reckon he will seriously injure someone very soon if he continues to do that?
Well, I'll start off with saying he's learnt that from Jose Mourinho, because that's exactly what Lukaku did for the time he was under Mourinho, and that's exactly what Drogba did his whole career under Mourinho. That's exactly what Diego Costa did under Mourinho. So it's no surprise to me. I think Harry Kane has added a lot of good things to his game in the last year. He's assisting, he's up, he's not so ball greedy. I think he's finishing yesterday that goal was just like, wow, where did that come from? But that is something he's learnt from Jose Mourinho. I don't like it.
Yeah,
it will injure people, but unfortunately, there's nothing in the rules to say it's wrong.
Yeah, it's the thing, and it goes, as Mickey said, it's not in the rule book, but it's. I tell you, you've played football, and yeah, anyway, at quite a good level. Like, if someone done that to you anyway, would you be impressed?
I'd be fuming, I'll be honest, because I look at it and think you're all on the same pitch. You all want the same thing. You want to win. That's fair enough. I don't mind players going in late by mistake. It's footy. It's bad. People are bound to get injured in footy. If there's no injuries, then you'd be complaining because you'd be like, well, why are the players giving 100%? But that's just dirty. There's no need for that. It's completely unnecessary. The ball's never there to be won anyway. And as Mickey comments on Diego Costa, then, if that was Diego Costa or Luis Suarez, players who are renowned for being dirty players, then it'd be in uproar. Everyone would be fuming. But because it's Harry Kane and everyone seems to love him, that's the issue.
Yeah.
If he weren't English and he was someone like Diego Costa or Luis Suarez, who was dirty and known for being dirty, it'd be all over the place. But because it's Harry Kane, they go, oh, it's Harry Kane because he is and it's a shame because he's world class. He is one of the best number 9s on the planet.
Yeah, that's the thing. The whole debate I was having with Connor and Doug last night. It's debate with Salah as well. Obviously, you've got the debates around an English players. They do get lauded by the English press anyway, but until they go to qualifiers anyway and get lambasted for really having a shocking campaign for England. But it's absolutely mental. And for me, I think this will impact one player. If it is, it will. Players are lucky to not be breaking their necks. I know probably people out there going, oh, that's a bit extreme, but the way in which he looks at players, and like you've got obviously Cresswell, you've seen before, a player will seriously dislocate the shoulder or sprain the neck or fracture the spine, but I'm hoping the Premier League do identify this and just have a little word of him. But as Mickey said, it's Jose Mourinho's tactics. But yeah, thank you, lads. I'll let you go. It's been an absolute pleasure. Make sure you do head over to Mickey's channel, Planet LFC. Anyway, I'll leave the links in the description. Once the video's been uploaded, Reds. But and Scalzi, your socials, mate, just so where everyone can find you.
Jack Skull 7 on the Instagram.
Yeah, absolutely spot on there, mate. Mickey, any socials as well?
Just on Twitter, mfriars50.
Yeah, absolutely spot on, lads. Been an absolute pleasure having you on. Really do appreciate it, taking the time out tonight, boys. And Reds, quickly get to a couple more of your comments as well. Make sure I haven't missed any of them. I think Curtis Jones is the next best big thing, but I hope he keeps it. Oh, read that one. I think the Wolves midfielder Dendoncker is Coward sounded great. Was very happy to see supporters back where they belong because we are the best supporters in the world. Spot on. Reece Williams is from Preston, I think, from Mark.
Yeah, then. I googled it before. He is from Preston.
Oh, is he from Preston?
Yeah. Not a real Scouser.
Yeah. It's very looks of watches the ball. The first clip on Cresswell is a foul, but nothing was given. He seriously injures someone if he carries on. Hi, lads. Hello, Dave. Should have come on, mate. Hopefully try and get it on this week, mate. Hopefully very busy man. Dave, well, drop us a message after the once we've wrapped up, mate. A message. But yeah, thank you for dropping in, Dave. Hello, Dave. How are you? Yes, speaking to one another anyway. But I'll let you go, boys, and have your tea and all that. But thank you for coming on once again, and thank you every single one of you that has joined on the live stream. Really do appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow for another episode, but we will discuss all things potential transfers. I know everyone loves a good transfer episodes anyway. But thank you, Reds. Keep safe and well. Every single one of you, and thank you very much, lads, for coming on. And you'll never.
Thanks for having me.
I don't know. Chill out, boys.
Ta-ra.